Tezza 1. Right, just a little tent review. I said I was going to do a separate review on this tent, so here it is. It's the Phoxx 1 V2 by OEX. Not a gift or a sponsor or anything. I just went to go outdoors to get some camping gas. I saw it and I was like, 80 quid. And I thought, do you know what? It looks a little bit like the Banshee, which I loved, but it's a one-man, something simple, low profile, and that I can take out on my bushcraft camps and that I'm not too overly precious about. It can be roughhouse. It's not like you've spent 800 quid on a Hillyberg and you're all precious about it. It's 80 quid, perfect bushcraft tent. So let's get it up and have a proper look at it. Inside we've got pegs. I mean, they're just these pegs. You know, the old, them ones. If you want to swap them out, do, but they do the job all right. You know, if you're woodland camping, which is what I've got this for really. It never gets too breezy because trees protect you, so there's no point in having delta pegs or anything. These, they'll do just fine. Or, you know, some sticks or whatever. You get a lot of pegs. There's a lot of tie-out points. A little bag of poles. And the tent itself. It does have a head end and a foot end. There seems to be sort of an excessive amount of pegging in to do. Peggy Mitchell. Push guy out the bottom bit just so that it's not going to fly off anywhere. And then you've got your two poles. They just click together. And you've got a foot end, which is the smaller one. The larger one is the head end. Through the inside. And then into these clips, which I'll show you. There we go, that's fully set up without the guy lines because we don't need them. And it took me less than 5 minutes. Really easy. Here's its vital statistics. You can pause it and have a little read through if you want. The headlines are that it weighs 1.58 kilograms and costs just 80 English pounds. It has the full instructions built into the bag, so you're not going to lose them. Unless you lose your bag, then you've lost them. So for ventilation, it has this reinforced bit of material with Velcro that helps keep that open, and then there's mesh in there, so that's going to be above your head. Similarly at the bottom, if you can see there, there's a mesh panel in there. You can use a couple of sticks or baguettes or whatever you've got just to raise that flap even more and give yourself more ventilation. So you have these tie out points to keep your door open, and then same with the inner door. You've got these little toggles. They're a bit loose them. You know, that it's one of my pet hates on tents is the toggles with the ties when they don't elasticate them and they just use the material like that. Look, they come undone. If they just use the material and it's too loose, any sort of wind, or you're best off just tying it up for yourself like that, because any sort of wind, that's better, any sort of wind, or you knock the tent from the inside and it just comes undone, and that's one of my little bugbears. I ain't going to be able to take you in here with me because it's shiny, mate. Oh, look at it though, and tell you what, it did me well when I kicked in it. See, look, door comes undone, which pisses me off a bit. Probably stitch them a little bit tighter or something, or put a little bit of elastic on them, or just put them through a couple of times. It might not bother you, but it bothers me. There you go. I'm 5'10". There's another foot to a foot and a half that way. Come in. There's a hook up there for your lantern. It's no frills really, but you can see down there, there's the mesh area. We've got a pocket over there. And all this is mesh, which helps with ventilation. Now also, it does have a door on this side, so you can stash your equipment on this side as well. It wouldn't hurt just to put a zip on this side as well, because there's an internal zip, but I guess that's just so that you can stash your equipment if you need to on this side. But for me, just whack a zip in there, give me the option of getting out the other side. But I get it, it's a small tent, keeping the weight down. You don't want zips everywhere. As I say, I'm 5'10", so that's all right for me. I think if you're anything over 6 foot, it might feel like a bit of a coffin. Or if you've got a bit of a kite on you, it might push you towards the ceiling a little bit. If you're looking for something as just like a one and done stealth camping, bushcraft, low profile tent, 80 quid, it's perfect. They do have the one up from this, which is the 2-man version, which a lot of people have been telling me about, which sounds really good. So if you want the extra space, I'd maybe consider that. But as a one and done, just chuck it in your van and you're off, or chuck it in your bag and you're off. I like it. Feels really cosy in winter as well. I have taken it out and it did feel really cosy. I had a good night's sleep in it. It's not a sponsored video, I haven't been given it. I've bought this out of my own money and I thought I'd just do a little review of it. The OEX range, there's this, the Jackal, there's a few other ones. From what I can tell and the reviews that I've looked at, they all look really good. And they're low budget as well, so they're not going to break the bank. Well, I recommend this one. I don't know about the others, but from what people tell me, they're really good, so maybe check them out. I'll leave a link below to this one. It's got Outdoors' own brand, OEX. So just head on over there, check them out if you want. But yeah, so far so good. I'm going to give this a review actually. So from now on, when we're doing tent reviews, I've got to give it a score. 10 would be my Alac 2 if it weighed the same as my Lanshan 2. Something like that. Doesn't exist. So based on that, and 1 is just a Tesco carrier bag of your head tent. No, yeah, the 1 is a Tesco carrier bag of your head. 10 is the Alac 2 if it weighed the same as the Lanshan 2. Based on that, I am giving this tent a solid 7.8 out of 10. Right, I'll put it away. There's another thing as well, is it's fast and easy to put away. It goes in the stuff sack without any trouble, and it's small, so it fits in the backpack really well. I rate it 7. Can't remember what I said. 7.8, 7.9. The Phoxx One V2 is a 7.9 from me. No, 7.8. Can't remember what I give it. 7.8, 7.9, something like that. Stay tuned for more tent reviews, more hiking videos, and some van builds if you want. Consider subscribing if you want. You don't have to, obviously, but it's free and it's easy to do. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified of future videos. And for now, take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.